before we start. What's your name, girlfriend? What's your name? 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 Yeah. What is your name? What do you bring?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Chastity. Oh my goodness, today's video you are not going to want to miss, okay? These two were the best estate sales I've ever been to in my entire life. I was quite literally dilly-dallying in Woodland Hills, and I was doing my daily search on estatesales.net and estatesales.org, and I came across one estate sale that didn't look the best from the pictures, but there was one picture of a few boots that stood out to me, and one of the pair of boots I really wanted. Heads up, I did in fact get them. But I always say if there's at least one thing in the pictures that you like, then there's likely going to be more. So I decided that it was worth it to go, and it was going to be the next day. So I literally woke up at the ass crack of dawn to go to this estate sale. They were releasing the address of this estate sale at 6 a.m. So what I did was wake up around 5, and then I just drove to the area that the estate sale was going to be in. It did have the city, but not the exact address. So I drove to Woodland Hills. I pretty much parked my car and sat there for an hour until they released the address at 6. And even after doing all of that, when I got there, I did end up being the 4th person in line. So we wrote our names on a little list and then decided to go sit in our cars and wait until it obviously opened at 9. Now, when I do these estate sale videos, I never really consider or talk about the people who are running the estate sales, not because they are bad or anything, but just because that's not really what I want to focus on. Like, I focus on my experience, learning about the house, learning about the person who lived there, and obviously the pieces that I find. But I've also never really had a bad experience at an estate sale for me to talk about. So I think this one just was an exception. I won't say exactly who was hosting the estate sale, but I did feel extremely disrespected at this estate sale. It actually almost caused me to not even go. I've been to plenty of estate sales in my life. I know exactly how they work. I know how the lineup works. I know how the address release works. I know how the ticketing works. I know how the timing works. And I definitely know how writing your name on a list works, okay? It's not that complicated. To make a long story short, I walked up and I said, "Hi, my name is Chastity. I'm number 4 on the list." And the guy refused to let me in. At first, he tried to tell me there wasn't a list. And I was like, that's definitely not true. I have a very specific name. It's not like I just walked up here and guessed somebody's name, you know, like I have a very specific name. You can check the list. You can check the paper. My name is Chastity. I'm number 4. He goes and he calls another person, I guess that's working the estate sale. They come out and then they once again ask me what my name is, and they're holding the paper this time. So I'm like, okay, so you already lied by saying there was no paper. Now this person's coming out and they're asking me my name. I tell them my name is Chastity. I'm number 4. He goes and he checks the list, and obviously my name is there. And then he tries to insinuate that I'm not who I say I am. So now I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is becoming overwhelming for me really quickly. And he calls a third person and he's like, this girl is claiming to be number 4 on the list. I even offered to show him my ID, which I thought was extremely unnecessary anyway, and he refused to take my ID. And then after all of that, he still would not let me in. He made me go to the back of the line, which luckily did not get that long yet at that point, but I was so infuriated. Let me also add that I was the only black person there, and I guarantee you that they did not ask numbers 1, 2, and 3 to prove who they were claiming to be. So after about 10 minutes of waiting in line, I finally got inside, and I immediately walked straight past them. They were like, "Oh, welcome in, welcome." I walked straight past them and I went directly to the back room where the women's clothing was. And then I obviously ran into the other 3 people that were there, and they were asking me where I was. I wish I would have taken one of their numbers or something. I could have easily called one of them and been like, "Can you tell these people I've been here since 6 a.m. just like you?" And then obviously I asked them about the whole, did they say, "Oh, are you so-and-so? Oh, how do I know you're so-and-so?" And obviously not.
Oh, okay.
The situation did really irk me at the time, but I've been trying to not let it put a stain on my love for estate sales. But I did still come out of there with a number of pieces that I love, and for a price that was literally unbeatable. I haggled to the max. Usually I'm very introverted, I'm very shy, that's just my personality, but because of that situation, I felt no shame whatsoever. And then there's actually a part 2 to that situation that I'll get to a little bit later. After leaving the first estate sale, I literally just so happened to stumble upon the second one. As I was driving home, I was coming across these giant hot pink signs that said estate sale on them, and there were giant black arrows, and I don't know, something guided me, something told me go. And that one was just as fantastic. So let me stop yapping and get into these items. If you've been tuned into any of the videos I've been posting on my channel, you know that I am usually a save the best for last type of person, but there are so many amazing pieces in this video. They're all good. There is no best for last. So we're gonna jump right in. These vintage suede El Dantes boots. Take a look at her. Oh my God. These were the boots that I went to the estate sale for. Oh my gosh, take a look. They are a little bit damaged. The belt buckle on both of these has fallen off, but I'm gonna just take some hot glue and put them back on. The body of the boot is suede. It has this ruched leather detail at the top. It's snakeskin on the back and on the toe, kind of like a peep toe. It is a wedge, which is a rare design for El Dante's boots. They usually do like the little short cowboy heeled boot. I could not even believe that these were still sitting on the floor when I walked in there. Nobody had even attempted to grab them. So that's how I knew they were for me. Here they are together. These are probably my most luxurious and rare estate sale find to this day. Now in terms of pricing, I can't give an exact price for each of the items individually just because I haggled and then got a bundle deal price. So I'm going to share the bundle deal price at the end, but I will read the sticker asking price for all of the items just so that you can compare at the end how much of a deal I really got. So these boots, they were originally asking $175 for. I did get quite a few pair of shoes, so buckle in. The next pair are these sea label wedges. They are so cute. I love the yellow design on them. They're kind of like a wicker crochet on the back of the wedge, and then they have this green snakeskin on the ankle strap. I just love the combination of colors, and then it also has these sequins on the yellow part as well. It kind of has a T-strap design on the top. I thought these were so cute and summery. They're exactly my vibe. I cannot wait to wear them. The next two items, which I know is probably what everyone clicked that thumbnail for, these two vintage Roberto Cavalli heels. Oh my god! Let's start with this pair. These are absolutely perfect. They are a brown python skin heel. They have the staple Roberto Cavalli leopard print sole, and then on the front it's actually like this marble stone detail. They actually alternate between these mother of pearl beads, wooden beads, black beads, and then I'm not sure what this yellow one is, but they are so cute and they fit me perfectly. They are a size 39. It has some suede ankle straps and then this cute little bead detail on the end of them. Then getting to the second pair, they are a gold heel, a little bit shorter than the last pair, and then they have this snake gem on the front. Absolutely stunning. Turquoise beads and some rhinestones. These are the smidgiest bit small for me. They are 37.5. I debated so much whether or not I should get them just because, like I said, they are a little bit too small. But for the price, I literally could not pass them up. I could not. I knew I would have regretted it. It would have been the worst decision of my life. These are a little bit more damaged than the first pair. They have more wear on the sole, and then they also are missing the little cap that goes on the heel, but that can easily be replaced at a cobbler. And both of these heels, they were each asking $100. The next pair of shoes are giving fairy core to the max. They are these stunning lilac El Dantes wedges. They are so pretty. These I actually also saw in the picture previews, but I don't know, they didn't look that cute in the pictures. But then when I saw them in person, they were absolutely stunning. They have this iridescent ribbon tie, which is interchangeable, and I think I am going to change it just because I don't think they match that well with the purple of the heel. Getting into the last pair of shoes from the first sale, I got these Badgley Mischa black heels. Very simple, but then they have this black and gold flower design on the front. And unfortunately, I lost one of the flowers. I don't know where it went. I think it maybe fell off somewhere in my car or somewhere in my closet or in my room. I don't know, but it had both of the flowers when I got them. And I know it's here somewhere. I'll find it eventually. But these are the heels. Besides shoes, I got one other accessory, which is these Gucci glasses. I love the floral design on the side, and they are this really pretty shade of purple, and they kind of like ombre on the lens. Let me try them on for you. They're so cute in Y2K, and I love how small they are because I hate when sunglasses cover my eyebrows, and these fit my face perfectly. These might become my new go-to sunglasses, and they were only asking $30 for these. All right, getting into clothes, I did get 2 swimsuits, 1 pair of pants, 2 shirts, and 1 dress. The first swimsuit is this beautiful neon green one piece. It is the brand Sauvage, and it is a collab with Swarovski crystals, and it is brand new, still has the tags on them. Can't see it like this. I will try it on for you, don't worry. What won me over was these snake details on the straps, and then obviously the Swarovski crystals going down the boob part. They wanted $140 for this. Paid nothing close. Paid nothing close. The next swimsuit is another Sauvage swimsuit, and it is this beautiful kind of retro looking swirl design. Another one piece. Just thought it was super cute. Love the gold sparkly O-ring, and I really love this like baby blue color. This one they were asking $80 for. First of the two tops is this Versace cowl neck cami top. It is so cute. It's so simple, but I love the way that it sits. It is Versace V2 and it is a 44, so it's a little bit big on me, but I'm planning to like adjust the shoulder straps a little bit. This one is also literally new with tags. And I don't know how much they were asking for this one. It doesn't have a tag on it. And the second top I got is so different, not a designer item or anything. It is just this rhinestone Looney Tunes tank top. I thought it was super cute and I've actually worn it already. I'm not sure if you can see or tell the design, but it's Daffy Duck and he has all of these like hearts around him. I thought it was so cute. For the dress, I found this Roberto Cavalli halter neck dress. It is a maxi dress. The design is so pretty, goes all the way to the floor, like how I like my dresses, long and dragging like a train. It has this really cute O-ring detail on the chest. And then like I said, halter straps. You can actually tighten the halter straps with these like built-in buttons. It was so cute and I can't believe no one picked it up. I was seeing girls rifling through the closet like hanger, 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 hanger. And all of them were skipping over the dress. And I was like, does nobody see that? So I literally just sat there, waited until they all walked away, and then I went and scoped it out the closet. And then when I was trying it on in the mirror, like everyone was passing me, telling me how good it looked. I know. And she's coming home with me. It is so vacation vibe, actually. I'm planning to wear it really soon. I am going to take it on my trip to Hawaii. If you want to see the pictures, go follow my Instagram. And the last clothing item from the first estate sale are these just simple culotte pants. They fit me perfectly. I could not leave them. I've been looking for a pair of pants like this for so long, and every time I find one in the thrift store, they always either fit my waist wrong or they don't fit above my thighs. But these are BCBG Max Azria. They're size 8 and they fit me great. I did almost forget I got one non-clothing piece, this jewelry holder. It was so simple and cute. It has this giant sun hat that's made out of metal. The hair pigtails obviously hold the jewelry, and then it has a spot for rings on the shirt. I just thought it was so cute. It reminded me of me as a kid. This is literally how I looked dressing up in my mom's clothes. So I had to get her. I've already taken the sticker off, but I think they were asking $25 for this. For all of those items, I paid $370. And that was a fantastic steal to me because that was just the asking price for the first like 3 pairs of shoes. So everything else I got was essentially free. Girl math right there. And I felt even better because just one of those pair of shoes I could probably resell and make that entire amount back. But don't worry, I'm not going to. Nothing against resellers, but that's not me. I do not thrift and buy stuff for the purpose of reselling it for 10 times its original price. But I love the pieces that I get and I love wearing them, and it brings me so much joy. Now, moving on to the second estate sale that I went to, which I ran to right after the first one. This one is more so clothes versus shoes. I did get one pair of shoes, so I'll go ahead and start with that. This estate sale was definitely way better on the prices. I got these super funky old Jeffrey Campbell wedges. They are so cute to me. They literally look like an ice cream cone. I cannot wait to wear these. I love any shoe that's just weird and unique and one of a kind. So these were gonna come home with me. I did get one accessory that the woman actually threw in there for free because I got so many items, which is just this really cute scarf. It has these cherubs on it, and I love the turquoise and pink color combo, and they're blowing like cornucopia horns. Even if she didn't give it to me for free, I would have gotten it anyway. The scarves were only $4. All of the last items are beautiful vintage nightgowns, vintage sleepwear, and I am so excited to add these to my collection. The first one is this white nightgown slip, and it has this really pretty moth design on the front. I love anything with insects on it, so this was absolutely beautiful. It is a midi length. It is stark white, no stains on it whatsoever, and it was $5. Next is another white dress, but instead of a slip, it is more of a tulle nightgown. It is a shorter length, but I love it nonetheless. It has a really pretty lace floral design on the front, And I've actually worn this one already, and I was on FaceTime with some of my friends. They literally told me that I looked like Granny from the horror game. If you know, you know. I didn't even care. A girl can't catch a granny vibe. And I think they were asking $10 for that one. The next one is a set, and it is my favorite of all of the nightgowns I got. It is this vintage Givenchy dress and robe set. It is Givenchy Intimates for Saks Fifth Avenue. It is this lilac color with a pinstripe design going all the way down. The trim is the lilac florals, and then it's also pink and gray. It is so beautiful. And to top it off, it has the matching robe. It is a short sleeve robe. I wish it was long sleeve, but you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. They were only asking $20 for the set together. Next is this stunning salmon pink velour robe. It is Christian Dior loungewear, and it is so comfy and warm and comfortable. I've been wearing the crap out of this robe. It might be my new favorite robe. I've already taken the tag off because I've been wearing it, but I believe they were asking $35 for this. Can you believe that? $35. If you went into any vintage consignment store and tried to get something like this, they would be asking minimum $350. The design on the velour is so intricate and soft, and then it has more of the pink satin cushiony design on the cuffs and on the collar, and then it has like embroidered flowers and a ruffled trim. It's stunning. And you cannot forget the little tassel detail on the end of the belt. It literally reminds me of one of those old floral grandma couches, or the like old velvet curtains that they would have. And the last thing I got is nothing but a silk slip dress. This one is so pretty. It is 100% silk. It is double layered in the front, and it has this cream lace design that separates the two flaps. The lace goes all the way down the bust, like from bust to waist essentially, and it is so pretty. You have to see it on. This is not doing it any justice. And then it actually has a belt built in to cinch at the waist, and this one they were asking $20 for. And for all those items, I believe I ended up paying somewhere between $60 to $80. I can't remember, but they were completely worth it to me. They were already asking really low prices, so I didn't even want to haggle that much. That is everything I got from these two estate sales. Like I said, these are probably the best estate sales I've ever been to in terms of the items I found, not in terms of the people. This is the second part that I was talking about getting to earlier. So when I was haggling at the first estate sale, while yes, I did get it down to $370, it was not an easy feat. One of the girls who I was talking to while I was there ended up checking out right before me. So she carried all her stuff to the front, I carried all my stuff to the front, and she checked out right in front of me. I'm sitting there watching the guy calculate her items, and then I'm watching them haggle, and she had almost twice as much stuff as I did. When I tell you guys twice as much, not only twice as much, but she had more luxurious items. For example, I only had one pair of boots. She had, I think, 2 or 3 pairs of boots. She also got like 2 or 3 pairs, I think, of these stunning vintage Roberto Cavalli jeans, the like stunning printed jeans, if you've ever seen those. She had the most luxurious items. And if I'm not mistaken, he gave all of it to her for $400. So in my head, I'm definitely thinking, oh, I'm not gonna spend anything anywhere close to what she spent. She has like twice as much stuff as I do, right? She's still debating her number, so he puts her to the side, and then he's like, let me start adding up your stuff. And essentially he ends up telling me, I think $490 something or $500 for my stuff. I immediately said no. And I hated putting her on the spot like that. I really, really did. But I was like, you just gave her all of this stuff. She has twice as much stuff as I do, more luxurious items than I do. And you just gave all of it to her for $400. And she's still debating that price even, like she's gonna get it lower. So there's no way in hell you think I'm paying more than what she's gonna pay. Let me know what her number ends up being and then take 20% off of that. I was not coming out of there paying more than what she did because I literally had less items than her. I even tried to point out the flaws in some of the items to get the price down a bit. The boots, for example, I pointed out that both the straps were broken, and he was like, oh, well, you could just glue those. Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm still going to get them. But you shouldn't be charging pristine condition price if they're not pristine condition, right? The Cavalli heels, both of the bottom of the heels are missing the little cap, which, isn't that big of a deal. Like I said, I can take it to a cobbler and get that fixed or replaced, but that's still going to cost me, $50. So why don't you go take $50 off? Because it's going to cost me $50 just to go get these fixed to even wear them, So I ended up waking up at 5 a.m. for no reason. Like, I was already salty about that because I did what I was supposed to do, and then you didn't even let me in. I still ended up having to wait in line. So I did all that for no reason. I was still pretty salty about that. So I definitely was not going to let this slide. I was like, no, you just gave her everything for $400. I'm not paying more than that. Get that through your head right now. I'm young, but I'm not stupid. We can really go tit for tat if you want to. He was like, well, you have these. And I said, well, she has these. Well, you have these. Well, she has these, 2 of them. Well, you have this. Well, she has 3 of these. The introvert in me left like it was summoned out of me, and quick. But anyways, that is everything that I got from these 2 estate sales. I am so astronomically happy with the items that I got. It really just was luck, me finding these 2 estate sales, them being on the same day, me being in the right time and place to go. And I think those are always the best finds, the ones that you just so happen to stumble upon. But I hope you enjoyed the video and my extremely long yap session. Let me know what your favorite item of the haul was. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.